Today's video is a special one. I'm doing a video with my coach, mentor, and black belt, head of Alliance Sydney, is coming to do a review on a role that I had with fellow training partner and Jiu-Jitsu Brown Belt Andreas. If you like this sort of video, please feel free to subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up. And if you want to see more black belt commentates on white belt roles, leave a comment below and we'll make sure to produce some more black belt commentary videos coming soon.
What the hell is this left hand doing here? You're using that control to shut down his grips, but where could you go from here, right? Something that should be done more is, let's have a look at this roll. It's a handsome fella on the right there.
This one here.
All right, so while we're just looking at the bit of stand-up, we've been talking a little bit about being much more light on your feet. I think this is already evident just in this stand-up, right? Like you'd previously been so heavy on your feet, moving around, like you're kind of like big-footing around the mats. You can already see you're much lighter on your feet here. Okay, this sacrifice throw, it wasn't too bad, but we didn't have enough angle. What I'm glad to see, if we go back to the whole thing, is that you didn't pull yourself to side control, right?
Yeah, normally I would.
Right, you recovered nicely. Here, I want to point something out. As you recover your guard here, what the hell is this left hand doing here on the ground?
Yeah.
Right?
It's not doing much, is it?
It's still nothing.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have even been on the ground.
Yeah.
Right? But here's good. We're looking for established grips.
There's that step back.
Back step. And I think here I get in the way of the camera, and here I'm going to grab the camera.
Okay, so he's going for that seated
going for like
a
mounted triangle. So so there was before that happened, right? As the pass happened, okay, obviously like we're looking at a white belt rolling with a brown belt. Andreas, the brown belt here, is going to be doing things that it's going to appear really easy for him at some points, right? Because there's obviously a big skill difference, opposed to you rolling with another white belt or a blue belt closer to your current skill. Okay, something that should be done more is your effort to keep your knees to your chest. Here you tried, right? You're really trying to keep your knees to your chest, to your shoulders to avoid the pass. Here again, you're trying. But then once stuff starts going south, like it's being given up. I mean, here your knees to your chest isn't really going to help you, but once the pass had been executed, you sort of like settled in. I don't want to see you settle in, right? Here from memory, I was
telling me to get on top.
Escaping a mounted triangle is incredibly difficult. To escape a mounted triangle, you have to go into a regular triangle, meaning you got to bridge and roll, get yourself on top so you're in a regular triangle, and then from there, try to do a triangle escape.
Yep.
Right? So here, what you would have been trying to do is to bridge and roll to your left, to have Andreas fall towards the pillar. That would have been the easiest way to roll him. Because if you tried to roll him to the other side, right, his legs are in the way.
Yeah, got you.
Right? So his legs can stop you from being able to. So that was the correct way to try and bridge and roll him over.
Yep.
And then obviously he took the arm there.
So we have a bit of a skip here. He subbed me.
Well, you don't have to tell them that.
Yeah. He subbed me, I tapped, and then this is the restart.
All right, this I like. Look how long you stayed in that being exposed for a triangle omoplata position. The initial entry, good, right? Coming in hard, looking for your grips, keeping pressure on, really good forward passing, like chest heavy style of passing that I'm a huge fan of. You're using that control to shut down his grips, to fight in that thigh zone, right? So you've cleared the knee line, you're operating in between his hip and his knee. Shot for the double under, really nice, right? Now look here when you start to lose the double under. So we have a few options we could do here, but you are already halfway turned the corner. I would be taking this right arm out, circling it over the knee, and then doing more or less a crude throw by, right? And passing around to north-south. But look how long you stay here as Andres clears his left shin. You're just leaving yourself in this triangle omoplata position, right, for way too long.
Yeah.
Okay, he doesn't end up clearing the shin, but you were there for too long. He's good. Andres is trying to recover into some sort of X guard, right? You're trying to keep your right knee down, which is really good. He just elevated it then as I paused, right, which is going to allow him to get bit more in under on the X guard. He's still, there we go. He's starting to go a bit more to single X. And I think that was a bit of a combination of you, unfortunately, just losing your balance a little bit. Andres did not quite execute like an actual sweep. It looks like I don't know if you jumped over thinking you were going to do like a little bolo to the back or something. Or if you thought you could backstep and then that resulted in you falling.
Yeah, here I'm at this point I'm thinking to try and get his back, but obviously I'm not even close to the right position.
But where could you go from here, right? If you uninvert with your head towards the window, right, that's going to more or less put you into knee bar-ish position, like for Andres, so bad for you. Or you could come up and potentially turn it into a bit of a stack pass. Right, so if we go back a little bit, so you kind of half jumped through, Andres half tried to like take the knee bar. You can see now your head's towards the window. If your legs came up here, you're more or less in a smash pass position. Almost, right? So you could actually do a bolo from here, okay? But ignoring that, right? When we get here, so if you had rolled through with bringing your head out to this side and your legs towards the window, doing a hamstring curl, you were going to come up in a leg drag.
Okay.
We're skipping the bolo for now.
Probably for the best.
I can't remember what happens here, actually. And Andres should have been trying to take your back.
I'm trying to kick him in the face by the looks of
it. Yeah,
it.
no doubt. Good strat. You can see here, you're almost coming back up into that. Right? And see, there's no way you should have ended up on the bottom there.
Right.
Okay? I mean, as you conceded and Andres came on top, at least you came on top like, and you had the foresight to control his leg and put yourself in a reverse half guard sort of position. But, you know, going all the way, this here, you know, I don't know if Andres was just kind of, he wasn't going to crank on a knee bar against a white belt, right?
Yeah.
You know, Andres is a lovely training partner.
Yeah.
Okay. So perhaps in his mind, he was kind of just chilling in this position, letting you move a bit, because he doesn't really go for the leg lock, nor does he really go for your back. But I would have liked to see you either do a bolo from here or come up with a leg drag, right? This should have been an easy get on top position for you.
Okay. Yeah, I think he was definitely letting me work in this position here.
And I think you were a little bit like thinking you were going to get leg locked a bit because you tried to clear your knee line for a second there.
Yeah.
But even here, right? even here when the legs start slipping down, right? Watching this, there's no valid reason that you can see that if I said to you, Kim, why didn't you just turn and come on top?
Yeah.
Like
no
as your feet come towards the mat here,
I could just
why didn't you just turn
to my left? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, your left would be away, like turn towards the camera.
Yeah, that's
right. So to your right in the footage, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's no reason here you shouldn't have turned towards the camera and come up onto your knees to put yourself in half guard on top. Right? And like fighting for those little positions are super important. Yeah, this is just like a casual roll. That can be make and break from a competitive point of view. If you look at when points are awarded in competition, it's like they're only definitively awarded once the position that's taking place has resolved. So all of this happened from you in X guard on top, single X on top, where you kind of half fell / jumped over the top. In other words, that whole, however long that sequence was, 30, 40 seconds, was still inside a sweep. So the starting position was where? Andres single leg X on the bottom. So that's 2 points for him. So now we're in reverse half guard. Oh, so we've obviously, we've obviously cut something there.
Yeah, so the camera was put down.
Trying to turn. It's not bad, right? So, I mean, looking at this mount and yeah, so that was really good. Here, you're running into a bit of a problem of letting people have high mount on you, a little bit too much, right? You want them over your hips, so when you move your hips, they're affected by your hips. You can see here already when you bridge, it barely affects Andres because he's up under your armpit, right?
He just rides with
so
it.
Your hips don't really move his hips very much, okay? And then that usually results in when you turn, getting armbarred and things like that because the person's hips are up near your shoulders.
Yeah.
Here, Andres lost control of your arm and you start being able to make this grip here to push his leg back down, right? So you've committed now both hands onto that leg and you get that bit of space to bring your knee into X. That's really good, right? The initial, how the escape started, not so great, but how once Andres lost control of this arm here and you managed to then make a frame on this leg, excellent, you got your knee in. Here.
I was waiting too long.
Yeah. So you're not quite consolidated in a single leg X yet, okay? You either needed to elevate him, right, to get in underneath him, but this foot, Andres' left foot, wasn't being controlled at all. You can see that play out when you see your right hand come up here in a grip fight. So what does that mean? Andres could easily put that knee to the ground, his left knee to the ground, and then you're in half butterfly, which is maybe not the worst problem if you want to play in half butterfly.
That wasn't my intention at all. Yeah.
Whereas if you grabbed the footlock grip, just like the overhook grip on his foot, you could have then started framing Andres away from you, making him stand up, and then you're in under him with single leg X guard, whatever. Right? Which is why then when he steps up, look, now that leg's gone.
That's a simple, not even a pummel. Yeah.
A lot of the work of getting into X guard and single leg X is getting one of these feet, ankles up near your armpit or over your shoulder.
And that's pretty much undone, yeah.
You just let him take it away for free.
Yeah.
Right? Good. Sitting back up, right? And choosing to stand up. Right? Good. Still again, nice and much lighter on your feet than previously. So that's interesting. You're actually not allowed. No, well, Andres could do that, but it wouldn't net him any points for a takedown. When you start a takedown, the person starting the takedown has to have both feet on the mat. But here, so he's put a knee down, right? Even here. All right, let's play out this sequence. He squats down. You should have just pushed him over.
Yeah.
You should have just kicked him backwards.
Yeah.
Here, man, you should have just reached down, grabbed his ankle, pulled it up,
Yeah.
tipped him over. Free takedown.
Yeah.
Yeah, let yourself get ankle picked like a chump. Nah, that was just a bit careless.
Yeah.
We're looking for your grips. Don't let him clear the knee line, right?
She does, yeah.
And then he comes in with the staple. He loses it though. And that back step's been killing you a little bit, right?
Yep.
So let's just go back. Your left hook could have followed that back step, right?
To come on top.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, to come on top, or at least to avoid him being able to consolidate the side control.
Okay.
Right? The back step as well requires them to land a crossface. So if someone tries to back step and you instantly shoulder press, like it's a shoulder press or bench press on their shoulder, they're going to lose the crossface, right? And then they're going to end up like over here in side control. By the time they close that gap, your knees are back in. Backstepping, or is also referred to as a long step, you have to crossface when you do it. So if they miss the crossface, they miss the pass. So here, like, you should have just still been framing. Like, what control does Andres have here to stop you turning to turtle?
Nothing.
Nothing, right? And then you're letting him spin over. Like, that was more of a should have seen that coming.
Yeah.
Right? That's good. There's a good recovery. I quite like that, right? You got your free. That's very common what he did when you lose the mounted triangle, to switch your base like that to recover. This grip I really like, right? Especially at the moment where you're not like sacrificing a frame or anything. This grip here on what will be his far leg once he switches his base is really annoying for the person on top, especially in the gi when you can make this grip and do exactly what you do and feed it into your half guard. Right? Really good. So I would be looking at what I would be worrying about here is this arm, right? This is your arm that's in danger at the moment.
Because he's isolating it at the moment.
Like that, yeah, that's the arm you got to worry about, particularly like Kimura setups and Kimura traps are common from here.
Yeah.
Right? You've put the lockdown in, which is not bad, like good to get under this leg, or to just pull him back further down towards your hips. You have a few back takes from here you can do. If you can pummel this arm underneath so it comes out on this near side, and you can frame on the hips and then get your right leg under his leg to go towards his back. That's an option that you have from this position, right? As well as a few others, but I can't remember what plays out from here. Okay, so recovery. Was that off your bridge? So you put the lockdown in, start stretching him out. His base gets compromised a bit and he squares back up. And then you get back up. Okay. A good shot. Way less telegraphed than usual. So, I mean, again, something that we've been working on, as well as becoming lighter on your feet, is not telegraphing your shots as much. This one is significantly less telegraph. You did a little bit of a, if you rewatch that, you do a little bit of a you pump it right before, but opposed to just going, but way less than usual. The other thing that before we play this sequence is once you hit the takedown, you would previously hit it, and then kind of any sort of resistance from your opponent, they could easily roll you. Yeah. Whereas this one, you stay mobile, right? Look, you land on your feet and you stay on top.
I just want to say a big thank you to my training partner, Andreas, for letting me work during the roll, as you could probably tell, and being such a good training partner. And a big thank you to Adam Childs, the head coach of Alliance Sydney Jiu-Jitsu. Thanks so much for commentating on that role and adding value for everyone that hopefully we can all learn from. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to give a thumbs up on the video and subscribe to the channel. If you want more videos like this, where a black belt commentates on my roles, Feel free to let me know in the comments below. And if people are liking it, we'll produce more. Thanks so much for watching.